So ordered.
Thank you. And thank you all to our witnesses.
All right, I'll now recognize Ms. Luna for 5 minutes.
Chairwoman, if I could submit this poster into the record.
Without objection, so ordered.
So there's been a lot of talk today on CSAM, but for those who might be tuning in that might not know what that is, it is the creation of child sexual abuse materials from lifelike images of children. This situation has not only perpetuated the occurrence of child sexual exploitation in this country, but has also created a new legal question about how to effectively crack down on the practice to protect our children. And I bring this up because this was actually something that the FBI, in talking to them about cyber crimes, asked us to specifically look at because they are having issues currently prosecuting these really, really gross, sick individuals because technically a child is not hurt in the process because it is a generated image. According to recent reports, thousands of AI-generated child sex images have been found on forums across the dark web. Some of these forums have even been found to have instructions that detail how other pedophiles can create their own AI-generated sex images. And I just want to point to the poster behind me. If you see after COVID in 2020 and then you see this spike, this also, in my opinion, correlates with the rise and the, I think, evolution of AI getting better and better at generating these graphics and images. And you can see it's clearly not good for our kids. This has increased the speed and scale at which pedophiles create new CSAM. One report explained that in the creation of new images, pedophiles superimpose the face of children onto adult bodies using deepfakes and rapidly generate many images through one single command. The importance of raising awareness of this problem speaks for itself. In one study in an online forum with over 3,000 members, over 80% of respondents stated that they would use or intended to use AI to create child sexual abuse images. This is concerning for child safety and makes law enforcement efforts to find victims and combat real-world abuse much more. First question is for Mr. John Sheehan. You previously stated in a report of CSAM online platforms grew from 32 million in 2022 to 36 million in 2023. What factors do you think have contributed to this trend?
That's an excellent question, and much of it is around just the global scale and ability to create and disseminate child sexual abuse material. This is truly a global issue. The 36 million reports last year involved more than 90% were outside the United States, individuals using U.S. servers. But we're also seeing a massive increase in the number of reports that we're receiving regarding the enticement of children for sexual acts. In your chart there, in 2021, we had about 80,000 reports regarding the online enticement of children. Last year, it jumped up to 180,000 reports. Not even through the first quarter of this year, we're already over 100,000 reports regarding the enticement of children. Many of these cases are involving generative AI. Others are financial sextortion. So there are individuals in countries like Nigeria and the Ivory Coast, and it's all about the money. They're blackmailing young boys to create a sexually explicit image, just that one image, and then they're after the money.
The deepfakes.
Significant amounts of money.
Just out of curiosity, in regards, because we have legislation. I know that I'm co-sponsoring Representative Mace's legislation in regards to deepfakes. But in regards to the #1 platform that you're finding that this is being circulated on, and I know that this has been a question of how do these online platforms moderate this content, what is the #1 platform that you're finding that's distributing this?
Well, so GAI and deepfakes, it's a difficult question because some of the companies that are reporting the most are doing the most. I mentioned earlier OpenAI. They are setting the bar for what every single other generative AI company should be doing in this space. I also gave an example just a minute ago about Stable Diffusion, which is owned by Stability AI. They're not even registered to report to the cyber tip line. So we have a huge gap in some of these providers who are enabling individuals to create child sexual abuse content, and they're not even set up to report. So it's difficult to give a top provider when there are so many that aren't even doing a bare minimum.
So what would you say the bare minimums are?
Well, certainly taking proactive steps that if someone's trying to use these tools to create child sexual abuse material or modify it or text prompts to create, they shouldn't be allowing that to happen. We started off this session, Ranking Member Conley had mentioned the Stanford Internet Observatory research that was done that discovered that there was child sexual abuse material in the training set of these data that was given to the OpenAI models to train on. How did that even happen? Yeah. How is there child sexual abuse material in the content that they're training on? So there's so many things that we work backwards on to rectify the situation that we're in right now.
Okay, well, I know parents might be tuning in, so I just ask you, and I'm sure you'd agree, but maybe not post pictures of your children on the web because right now it's kind of the Wild West out there and they can be exploited.
There certainly are situations where even the benign photos, the clothed photos, as you heard earlier, are being used, run through these tools, and turned into nudity and pornographic content. So it is a troubling time to be posting content online with some of these tools that are not built safety by design.
Thank you for your time,